I want to make one thing clear. This is not meant to be a comprehensive list of every way that you can possibly play the bass. This video is more like the 6 fundamental ways that as a bass player, you should be able to play your bass if you want to be able to play a wide range of styles and fit in just about any modern music scenario on the electric bass. The 6 fundamental ways to play the bass. So put in the comments, before I even start this video, what is your favorite method of playing the bass? Is it fingerstyle? Is it slap? Is it with a pick? Or are you a total beginner and you're watching this video to learn what you should do? So you have no idea what's your favorite yet. Yeah, just let me know in the comments. The first way that you can play the bass is with just one finger on your right hand. When the electric bass was first invented and started becoming widely used, the earliest adopters were players who had come from the upright world. Most notably, James Jamerson. Now, if you're familiar with James Jamerson, he played... if you're not familiar with James Jamerson, you should be. Start there. He played on Ain't No Mountain High Enough. He played on What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. He played My Girl, and countless others. But he was, before the electric bass, he was an upright bass player. So when he started playing all these Motown hits, he was just using one finger.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Woo!
All of those Jamerson bass lines are using one finger. So there's a lot you can do with just one finger, especially if you're first getting started. Just make sure that you're getting a nice consistent sound. I accidentally used 2 fingers there. But that's a good transition to the next technique, which is 2 fingers. You could probably play 90% of what you need to on a regular basis just using 2 fingers. I know there's a little bit of a case for using 3. I've never worked on it. It's not something that's in my vocabulary. For fingerstyle, 2 fingers will get you probably over 90% of the way to what you need to do. I don't want to say too high because I know it's probably in like harder rock and metal that I'm not really into. I think that's where it gets used more, the whole 3-finger technique. But you should be able to do almost anything you need to just with 2 fingers. 2 fingers. Third one is the thumb, and I don't mean slapping. I mean plucking. This was actually another common way that people played the electric bass. It was more common, especially when it first came out. That's why those vintage basses and some of the reissues, they'll have what's called a tug bar underneath. And it's basically a little black block. And the point is you brace your fingers on it so you have something to pull against with your thumb. That was the point of that. And then you also would maybe have the thumb rest up here. I digress. But my favorite thing to do with the thumb is you can palm mute. You get that very cool sound. It's reminiscent of like the rubberized. Those old jazz basses actually had a piece of foam rubber in underneath that bridge, underneath the pickup cover on the bridge. But you can kind of get that same effect. Just palm muting and using your thumb. You can also bring in your other 2 fingers. So we got 1 finger, 2 finger, thumb. Our 4th wave playing is going to be thumb again, but this time slap. And I mean just slap. No pops yet. You can do a lot with just slapping, especially if you're kind of a beginner. And let's say your band wants to do like a cover of Uptown Funk, and you don't have an octave pedal, and you don't have a 5-string, but you still want to get a nice punchy sound without having that low octave. Depending on the context you're playing in, if you're playing in like a smaller band that has less musicians and you're trying to fill out the sound, or if you're just playing a real heavy like funk groove style, then you can get away with slapping a lot. Even something as simple as like doing like a one and 2 and 3 and 4, and if you want to add a little more oomph to a bass line like that, that's all just slaps. So there's nothing wrong with just working on slap, especially if you're first learning slap bass. In fact, there's a lot of use case for it. But the next step is adding that 2nd finger in, well, adding your index finger in for slap and pop. And that sound is the slap bass technique that our ears are most used to. So slap pop. So with all of those ways so far, that gets you really, really far. But there's also a lot of things that might call for using a pick. I gotta go find one. So using a pick is the 6th and final way of playing the bass that I'm gonna cover in this video today. I don't have my pedal board set up at the moment, but the song that I play with my band that I use a pick on that we play most consistently is Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. There's just a certain bite and attack that you can get playing with a pick. There we go. So Sledgehammer doesn't have the same oomph to it without the octave, but that's all right. And of course, if you're doing like punk rock kind of vibe, you'll obviously use a pick there too.